So hello, so today we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency. So what is it? How is it mined? What is the intrinsic value of cryptocurrencies? How to determine its real value and comparisons. So we're going to look at all these things. So let's start off with a definition. Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency without a central bank or single administrator that can be sent from user to user on the peer-to-peer Bitcoin network without the need for intermediaries. So this is basically it. In other words, you're doing all of this cryptocurrency without the need of a bank. It's using blockchain technology, which is a public digital ledger of transactions that records information in a way that makes it difficult to hack or alter. The technology allows a secure way for individuals to deal directly with each other without an intermediary like a government, bank, or other third party. That's all it is. There's no real big deal here. This is all a new technology on how to do this. So Bitcoin in US dollars on the 26th of September was $43,000. A week later, it was almost $54,000. If we look at the Bitcoin chart here, you can see in 2015, it didn't do much. Then all of a sudden, it just started to move really up. And it went up to 55,000, 60,000. And it's now a little bit off. So it's now 54,000 in the same day. So it's quite volatile and it moves up quite a lot. So here's the thing. What is the big deal? How many cryptocurrencies are there? There are nearly over 6,000. And you can see here the number of cryptocurrencies worldwide from 2013 to August 2021. It's just been going steadily up, and now there's about 6,000. Here are the list of many of them and how much they're worth. They're worth in the billions, not millions, billions. So Ethereum, Bitcoin, 191 billion, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, Card. So here are all their names, and they're all worth in the billions and billions of dollars. They're worth more than many companies, and yet they don't really necessarily produce anything. They're just a digital currency. So there's more Bitcoin and digital currency out there in terms of a number of them than there are basically stocks listed in all the U.S. stock exchanges. The total value of all cryptocurrencies is over $2 trillion, and this is as of August 15. It's probably higher than that now. So if you look at it, $2 trillion, well, that's greater than the GDP of the Netherlands, Belgium, or Denmark. And if you combine them all, it's more than the combination of all these three economies. So if you go into Coinbase cryptocurrencies, you can see here, these are all your top cryptocurrencies. Some of them are only worth total of a couple of $100 million, and many of them are in the billions of dollars. These are all the cryptocurrencies that total about $2 trillion. I'm not going to go into any one of them. You can just see here all the details. I'm going through this very fast. But this is available on the internet, all these details. And you can see that there's a lot of them out there. There's only 200 listed here, but there's over 6,000. So these are only the ones that are listed, or that that they're showing in this table. There's over 5,000 more other than what you see here. So this gives you some idea of what's out there. So there are your top ones. The technology is a new technology called blockchain technology, which is fine. It's a new technology, and I'm not going to get into the technology and how it's done and basically the computer software. The technology is an electronic transfer system called electronic transfers. We're doing that all the time, every day. We're paying our bills using our phones or our computers. We can cash checks using our phones. We're able to transfer money using our phones to the bank or to pay bills. It exists already. There's nothing special about this. So this is being done all the time. Wire transfers. Companies are transferring millions, if not billions of dollars through their banks. It's all done legally. This system already works. But here the big thing is we need the banks. Blockchain doesn't use the banks. But okay, so we're going to look into that. So yes, there's a cyber awareness out there, the passwords, it's cryptocurrencies. So it's a new technology, which is very good. It's basically a crypto money transfer system. So there's a crypto ledger, which means that there's a ledger there where basically everything is kept on it. This is all a series of computers, and they have a ledger, and there's a whole system which we will get into on how this is done. But if you lose your password, you lose your investment. And the man who lost $265 million because he lost his password. I mean, this is ridiculous. And they say if you forget your password, there's nothing they can do. We're unable to help you regain access to your wallet if you lost or forgotten your password. So this is not a very good thing. If you lose your password, you lose your investment. While with the banks, you just change your password and they'll find you anyway, and your money is secure. So there's still no uniform international laws that regulate Bitcoin. It's a free-for-all. And it's whatever the currency is, and depending on how it's manipulated, there's no problem. So 14% of Americans own crypto right now, and that's 21 million people. And who uses Bitcoin? Well, the top 10 crypto countries, here they are. So that's fine. So they're using it. And you might have heard of Dogecoin, which was put out as a bit of a joke. So the creators envisioned it as a fun, lighthearted cryptocurrency that would have greater appeal beyond the core Bitcoin audience. And it uses a different technology, script technology. Fine. So here's the thing. So Dogecoin is worth 24 cents. It did nothing for a long time. And then all of a sudden, it started to take off. And it's now worth 22 cents. But more importantly, if you look at it, it trades $3 billion of Bitcoin or Dogecoin every day. This is serious stuff here. And it has a circulating supply of 131 billion coins with a market cap of $33 billion, which is more than many real companies are worth. And this was started as a joke. This is no joke. This is serious. And what is Bitcoin mining? Well, it's basically the maintenance and development of a blockchain ledger. Mining is performed using sophisticated hardware that solves an extremely complex computational math problem, and the first computer to find the solution wins the next block, which is the prize. So it's a magnetic appeal for many investors interested in cryptocurrency because of the fact that miners are rewarded for their work with crypto tokens. So let's listen to a video here.
Bitcoin mining is the process of using sophisticated computers to verify the legitimacy of Bitcoin transactions and to enter new Bitcoins into circulation. Most of the nearly 18.5 million Bitcoins in circulation have been created by miners. To earn Bitcoins through mining, miners need to meet two conditions. First, they need to verify 1 megabyte worth of Bitcoin transactions, also known as a block. This is done by using a complex computer system to calculate a mathematical equation and come up with a 64-digit hexadecimal code, or hash. Step 2 is a little trickier. To get paid, a miner has to be the first one to arrive at the right answer, or at least the closest to the answer. This process, also called proof of work, is designed to make users expand effort solving a mathematical quiz in order to deter fraudulent Bitcoin sales. The process uses graphic processing units, or GPUs, and application-specific integrated circuits, or ASICs, to solve extremely complex computational math problems. Bitcoin Protocol says that the number of Bitcoins will be capped at 21 million, but with the mining rate being reduced over time, it's likely the final Bitcoin won't be circulated until the year 2140.
So the last Bitcoin mined will be in 2140, as it mentioned in the video. So let's all rest in peace, because we're all going to be dead by the time that happens. So what's really going on here? Well, Bitcoin miners receive Bitcoin as a reward for completing blocks of verified transactions, and mining rewards are paid to the miners who discovers a solution to a complex hashing puzzle first. So all this is a game. Really, if you think about it, it's just a game. It's like a game show. You're trying to get a prize. The guy who gets the prize gets some more cryptocurrency or Bitcoin. It's just amazing. So that's really all it is. So you play the game, whatever it is, and you win a prize. This is like Jeopardy saying we have Jeopardy coins. You're going to win Jeopardy coins when you play Jeopardy, or bingo coins, and they're legal currency and they're worth billions of dollars, because this is really what Bitcoin is. It's just a part of a game, and you win prizes, which is the Bitcoins or the currency, and you can trade that for real dollars, because eventually you want real dollars. So that's really it is. It's just a big game. So Bitcoin is up because more people are buying it, and more people are buying it because it's up. But why is it up? It's because more people are buying it. And this is a circle that just gets bigger and bigger as more people invest in cryptocurrency. They have no clue in terms of what it's worth, but it's just up and they're interested. And is it a mania? Probably it is. But people are making money, making serious money. So there it is. So is accepted as a legal currency? Well, if it's accepted as legal currency, it is then legal currency. If people decide that monopoly money is real money, then it has value. That's all there is to it. So it's really between the Bitcoin miners and the Bitcoiners and the computers versus the feds and the other central bankers, because they're both printing money, and really that's what it is. They both can print money. So who will issue the most currency over time? Is it going to be the central banks or Bitcoin? So what is the real asset? I mean, let's get back to brass tacks here. What is the asset behind all these cryptocurrencies? Well, the asset is an algorithm, a ledger. It's a computer program. It's just, that's it. There's no real product. There's nothing. It's just a crypto algorithm. That's all it is. You don't even get a coin. It's just you got some coins. It's in the ledger. That's it. There's nothing tangible. There's no company here. There's nothing. There's no balance sheet. The only asset is, well, you have a number in your computer. It's nothing more than that. There's no balance sheet. There's no current assets. There's no buildings or plant and equipment. There's no product, really, if you think about it. So what is the product or service? Well, it's just a game. It's a game where you're going to play a game, just like a video game. You're going to play a game and you're going to win. And if you win, you get a prize, which is currency, cryptocurrency. That's all it is. So this is all cyber in the cyber world, and it's in the cloud, basically. So there's no financial statements because you don't have an income statement. There's no such thing as income from a cryptocurrency. It's just, that's it. So it's all in the cloud. It's all a game. You're winning Bitcoins and stuff like that. So keep in mind, all these computers use up a tremendous amount of electricity. They're using a tremendous amount, almost just like it says here, Bitcoin electricity consumption annualized. It is mining Bitcoin in many cases uses enough electricity and more so than some of these countries over here. So that tells you that why energy prices are going up, that there's an energy shortage, because to mine all these cryptocurrencies costs a lot. So this may explain another reason why energy prices are going up around the world, and electricity prices specifically, is because all this cryptocurrency mining uses up all sorts of energy, and it costs money, and we have to produce more electricity to supply the Bitcoin. Well, this is not necessarily good for the environment, but that's a whole other story. So, as I say, the technology already exists legally in terms of bank transfers. I do bank transfers all the time between accounts, between banks, between family members. I do this many times a month. There's no problem. It's done legally. But you have to go through the bank. I'm not interested in dealing something like the dark web or go through all sorts of Bitcoin nonsense. I just want to transfer money between accounts or between family members. It exists legally and it has for years. I don't see what the issue is, but that's me. So let's face it, crypto is unregulated, and how long is that going to go on for? So comparative value, a Bitcoin is worth a car, plus plus some money probably, and depending on its value. And what we're trying to do is to find out what's its purpose. Well, it has usefulness in crypto criminal activity. Money laundering is great for using Bitcoin. All sorts of other illegal activities are great for organized crime. Let's face it, it has a criminal activity because this is under the radar of the governments and the banks. And it's a great way to hide money from the taxman, which is also another purpose. So it has a dark side to it, which people do love. Now, there's severe penalties for money laundering, avoiding taxes, or getting involved in criminal activities. So this is where Bitcoin has a darker side. Now, it's like reinventing the wheel in terms of digital leadership and stuff like that. So here we have a shady character who wants to transfer $15 million to another shady character over here. Or vice versa, the shady character has to pay off an operative or whatever. They don't want to go through the banks. They want to go beyond and outside the law. And they're going to use a Bitcoin or any other currency. And it's whatever it is. So if Bitcoin is worth $1 million and they have to pay, so they'll send this guy and they'll buy 15 Bitcoins at $1 million each. If it's $50,000, they'll do the equivalent. So it doesn't matter really what the price is. As long as you buy your coins and transfer them immediately, you can get the money out at the same price roughly, avoiding all taxes, all legal problems, etc. And this is the advantage of Bitcoin. I mean, for criminal activities, drug dealers, etc., this is fantastic because there's no paper trail. It's just wonderful. So that's one of the activities of Bitcoin in the terms of criminal activity. Again, how long is that going to be unregulated? So here are certain paintings, and they're all very valuable. Why? Because people have decided that. This one here in the lower right-hand corner is worth $120 million. That's nuts. I would rather have the 120. I'll even take half price. I'll take 60 million. That painting, it's nothing special. It's not that old, but 120 million. And the interest or the investment or opportunity cost of 120 million, is this thing going to appreciate by 10% a year? So anyway, so that's something to consider. Oh, well, a Bitcoin is like a tulip bulb. Like they'll say, come on, don't be like that. But let's be honest here. That's the situation. Remember, in the height of the bubble, the tulip sold for approximately 10,000 guilders, equal to the value of a mansion on the Amsterdam Grand Canal. And remember, when they bought this made a lot of sense. These were valuable. This is where it was. And people will tell you, hey, cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, it's just the place to go. You got to invest in it. It's going to take over the world. Okay, fine. Let's not kid ourselves. In 2020, the tulip bulb exports from the Netherlands was 220 million euros. So this has grown into an industry of tulips, and there's no problem there. But is it like a Ponzi scheme? We can talk about that. So here's the thing. So let's look at the takeaway. Electronic transfer technology already exists. Legally, it's called bank transfers. There's no big deal. And you can have money in the bank, and they have their own ledgers and what. So it exists legally. But number two, how long will crypto be unregulated? How long will this continue where it's unregulated? What happens if, the Bitcoins end up being 5 trillion? Cryptocurrency is going to have more than the balance sheet of the Fed. How long is that going to go on for? There's the criminal activity aspect that, is going to be looked at some point. Tax evasion aspect. They're now passing laws to have minimum taxes. And I think there's going to be tightenings on this because this is going to be the problem. And then unlimited new amount of fresh new cryptocurrencies issued regularly worth billions and billions of dollars. They're not printing money. They're printing digital currency. It's almost like the Fed. So is it a mania that will eventually burst? And that's the question to ask. So these are the takeaways. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time in the next video.